Good day. This is Munir Ajam from SUKAD. And with this video, I'm starting a series, and there will be other content possibly related to the question of how to build and sustain project management capacity in organizations. I want to start with why this series and this topic. And obviously, this message is directed toward executive and senior managers responsible for delivery of a project and organization, regardless what type of project the organization does. So the first question is why? Well, why not? It makes sense. It is common sense. But to move away from cliche terms, and I will be able later on to explain and show you why organizations need to build their project management capacity, and especially if they are project owner type of organization. It's definitely help you deliver project cheaper, faster, better, with higher customer satisfaction. I can go on and give you many just general answer, but I would rather in future video to actually show you data and give you statistics from the real world that shows that doing this, it's a strategic, critical initiative for your organization that will help you increase your profit, increase your services, and do the best you can when it comes to project. So today I'm just gonna have a quick overview of why or how can we do something like this. And to do this, we need to start with a concept we like to call system thinking. You need to think of the whole process, the whole system, the whole asset management. There are many things we will be touching on as we go through future topics. And when we think about system thinking, and we think that this should be a strategic imperative, strategic initiative, then obviously part of this whole concept is change initiative. Because you are dealing with an organizational change, with an organizational initiative that would be strategic, and its impact would last for years, if not decades. So obviously it is a change initiative. Well, what does it mean? Well, there are many models in the market and in the community today, in the professional community, about how do you handle change initiative. I like a simple approach, which is well known, is not something we invented. It's like a 3-step process. The first process is that to define what the outcome. What do you want? Executive, for your organization, what is your vision? What do you want to achieve in terms of projects? How do you want your project performance to be? What kind of standard do you want to achieve? These are the kind of questions that executives should really think about. Obviously, one strategic question would be, should we outsource? Well, I'm just gonna answer quickly right now. Most research, especially in the capital project industry, it says you do better if you manage your own project rather than outsource. That by itself, it deserves a dedicated discussion. So obviously, assuming you believe you need to build it in, you have to define the desired outcome. Next step is that what is your reality today? What do you have? What existing systems and processes you have? Are you doing it yourself, or are you using outsourcing? Or maybe you're just going with the flow and really executing rather than managing project. That has to be established. Obviously, the relationship between these two will define the gaps for us. And these gaps allow us to develop a plan. I'm gonna do a quick video a little bit later using rubber band to explain this concept one more in a way to help you avoid some of its pitfalls and some of the potential problems that could occur as you do this. Okay, so as we mentioned, desired outcome, current reality, identify gaps. We need to develop a plan. Now, the plan is a roadmap. What should the roadmap look like? Well, we start with 4-step process here. Actually, it's more than 4 steps because at the end, the steps repeat. But first, we must start with governance. Once we understand your vision, you need to establish your governance structure, your policies, that at the strategic level in terms of project management. What is the things that you must have, and then the rest of the thing you leave it for the future steps. Then step 2, what we recommend is you start with developing tailored method. We have already done a series on this, and we have some videos. You can refer to them for more information. But we believe the foundation of managing project is tailored method. So that's step number 2. You develop those methods, and then you roll them out. And you notice we use the word methods with an S here because there are probably more than one method in the organization, depend on the different functions that they want to use project management. So once we develop those methods, of course in collaboration with the organization and the different department and function, we need to roll it out, but it must to be rolled out with coach and mentor, coaching and mentoring program. That's a necessity. Again, this is just an overview, so I'm not going to go into detail here. The last step, well, project management is not only about method. There are various processes, procedures, template, the process flowchart, and then we can go deep into cost estimating, planning, control, risk management, change management. There are a lot of topics. So obviously we cannot implement all of them in one shot and have a big bang effect that could explode on our face. So what do? We recommend that, okay, we repeat step 2 and 3 for those other components. So we identify 2, 3, 4 components, and then we go develop them, implement them, roll them out, coach and mentor. Then we move on to the next and the next until the whole system is built. And then it becomes a matter of sustaining the system. Now to accomplish this, I'm just going to close with these 2 points here, which is the mindset. Yeah, some people said, this is an agile mindset, so agilists might be happy now. No, what we're talking about here is that the kind of culture, the mindset that can help lift your organization up, which is to build incrementally. And this is, we're not talking about incremental development in terms of project. This is a program approach. So we must treat it as a program. We set it up, and then we do one project. We get the project rolling. We get the project. We reach benefit from that project. We roll out the next project and the next project, which could mean, as a change initiative, I will close with this by looping back to the concept of change initiative. This is 3 to 5 years process. So it's not something you can do in 3 months by hiring a freelancer or a consultant to do it for you in 3 or 6 months or even a year. Even if you bring in one of those top international firms, it doesn't matter. You have to build it gradually. You have to build it piece by piece. And not only build it piece by piece, build it, implement it, collect feedback, improve it, and go to the next piece. That is the concept of change initiative. That is system thinking. Thank you.